Simple, rustic, and utterly delicious. Schinkenfleckerl are a household staple of Austrian cuisine. But how are they made? Welcome to Köste's Kitchen. I'm your host, Val, and today I'll show you just that. The first step is really simple. For that we'll need 150 grams of Fleckerl, which is a special pasta shape, and we'll boil them until they're done. Make sure to stir them occasionally to prevent them from sticking. If you don't have any Fleckerl, any other pasta shape works as well. As you can see, I am using store-bought pasta. I mean, I could have made it myself. It's not really a hard recipe, but Fleckerl are a bit of a pain to make, and in this specific dish it doesn't really make a difference if they're freshly made or store-bought, which is why I decided against it. Also, don't worry if it looks like 150 grams is not enough pasta. The water will make it about double in volume, and then we'll also add our other ingredients, which will make it one nice, pretty big portion in the end. Trust the process with that. Once your pasta is about cooked through, just strain it, put a bit of the pasta water aside and start preparing your other ingredients. We'll need a pan, and ingredients wise we'll need the Fleckerl we just boiled, 200 grams of sliced ham, just square it, one diced medium onion, some mayoram, some salt, 3 crushed garlic cloves, some crushed black pepper, the pasta water, and some oil. Then, as these things usually start, we'll wanna add some oil to the pan and let it get nice and hot. And once the oil is hot, we'll just add our onions and sweat them off until they're nice and golden brown. Another neat thing about this recipe is, besides it being so simple, that you can't really mess it up since it's got its origins as using up leftovers and thus has no 100% fixed recipe. What I am showing you is merely one of the more common ways to do it, but take any liberty you'd like. Once your onions are nice and glossy, you'll wanna add your garlic and sweat it off as well. Be careful not to add it at too high a heat, else it may burn. In Vienna, garlic actually has a second name, poor man's vanilla. It's called this way because back when aristocracy was still a thing, vanilla was something that only the rich and wealthy had. However, they avoided garlic at all costs because it had a strong odor and it stank. So the Viennese peasant decided to just claim garlic as their own vanilla, since it's something only they have, that the royalty, the rich people, don't use. Once you've had your garlic in there for a few minutes, you can add your ham. You don't have to change the heat or anything. Just add it in and let it sizzle along at current pace. Give it a few minutes in there before you continue. The ham I am using is regular toast ham, but again, sky's the limit with this dish. Use your imagination. Anything can be ham if you try hard enough. Once your ham has been in there for a while and gotten some color, deglaze with the pasta water, which will help bind the flavor later, and then you can add your pasta and your aromatics. I'll start out with the mayoram. This is a dish that can take a lot of mayoram, so don't be stingy with it. Afterwards, add the pepper. Again, maybe be a bit more careful, but not too. And ultimately, some salt. I recommend you still keep that on hand. You may want to add more later. Finally, you will want to leave it all in there for a few more minutes. Move it around. Let the aromatics unveil their flavor. Let it all work together nicely. Try it a few times to see if it's to your taste. And once that's all okay, the only thing left to do is plating. Plating with this is pretty straightforward since it's not a fancy dish or anything. Just add it all to a plate, make sure the rims are clean. And bon appetit! Thank you for visiting the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. Until then, be well.